Hello, everyone. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in, relax. We're going to create together, make a card together, and I'm hoping you'll help me finalize the design. What else do I need to tell you? Earlier this week, I had a project sheet email that went out. If you're not currently subscribed to the project sheet emails, you can do so at SueStampfield.com. Click on subscribe. In those emails, I send out the latest news, and I also include project sheets that you can actually print out and keep or download to your device so that you can make some of the projects that I make on my videos here. So check that out. Shout out to my moderator, Jennifer Walsh. She's hanging out in the comments to help us out tonight. So she's going to be posting measurements and all of those things. She's in the YouTube comments. If you're watching on Facebook, hey, Facebook friends, so glad that you're here with me. If you are trying to get my attention and I'm so busy crafting that I don't see your question, give a shout out to Jennifer by doing that @ symbol and typing in Jennifer, and her name will pop up, and then she can jump up and down, try to get me away from crafting and so I can answer your question. So glad that you're here tonight with me, friends. I'm super excited about tonight's card. We're making a fun fold card. If you know anything about me, you know that I love fun fold cards. This is one I've seen quite a bit around. I hadn't made one before, and I wasn't until I got one at a swap and I got a crazy idea. So we're going to see if we can put that crazy idea into being tonight. So thanks for hanging out with me and helping out with that. So let's go ahead and flip to the desktop and let's just dive right in. All right. So Crafternoon is my monthly class. Where's the button? Oh, here's the button. Ah, found it. There we go. We play a little game here. I lose things a lot. And when I find it again, we say found it and we take a drink. We all take a drink of our beverage. So let me know what is in your cup tonight. I have a very messy desk. Oh my gosh. I've cleared. This much is clear. It's encroaching on from all sides. I desperately need to clean my stamp room, but there's just too many fun cards to make. So I received this cardstock. Got water, we got wine, we got cherry Coke, we got all the things here, all the things. You've been having fun with the Marvelous Fun Fold card. That one is from December. And in January, we had the box seat Fun Fold card for Crafternoon. This month's Crafternoon is coming soon. I'm very, very excited about it. It's going to be this Saturday, the 24th at 3 p.m. Central Time. If you placed a qualifying order last month, this is the swap card I got that inspired tonight's card. If you placed, I'm all over the place. If you placed a qualifying order in January, then your packet for Crafternoon went out in the mail today. Yay. I'm hoping with the holiday on Monday that doesn't get delayed. We should be okay, but I do it with tracking. So watch for an email from me if you qualified last month. So this is the swap card that I received that helped inspire tonight's card. So this card is from Gwen Duckworth. Gwen is in Indiana, I think. Yep, Indiana. And this is what is called a rocker card. So when you put it on the surface for display, it rocks. Do you see how it rocks there? One second. Oh, I'll tilt my camera so I can gently tilt my camera so you can't see the mess in the back of my desk. But it rocks. How fun is that? So Gwen made her card using the deckled circle dies, which we're also going to use for our version. And she used the Excellent Eggs Easter bundle. Excellent Eggs is something we used in the last video to make this fun little treat box. If you're able to join me on that video, or you can find the replay on my channel. And I said that tonight we would be making a card with Excellent Eggs. I actually had a different card in mind, and then I remembered this swap that I'd gotten. And when I got this swap, it sparked a thought. So it reminded me of an Easter bonnet. And I thought, I wonder if we can take these two dies and make a hat. make a hat card, make an Easter bonnet card. So that is what we're going to attempt to do tonight. So let's get started. I'm going to grab my, ouch, I'm going to hit my knee. No. No, crafting can be a little dangerous. We just dive right in, right? It's okay. It's all good. It's all in pursuit of the ideal card. All right, let's cut some cards back. Seriously, my desk is so covered with stuff that things are falling on the floor. It's not pretty. I'm not proud of this. Oh, Susan, what are we going to do with me, Jennifer? All right, so I have a piece of pool party cardstock here. I'm going to raise this up because they're right practically on top of it. And I'm going to cut this at 5.5 inches. My blade feels weird. Did I not have it in there? Okay, I think we're okay. Oh, I had a little random piece of cardstock in the track. That was my issue. Goodness. All right, there's more in here. Oh, goodness, Susan. All right, there we go. And then we're going to cut it ahead again. We're going to cut it again at 5.5 inches. All right, so we have a card base here that is 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. All right. And we're going to die cut this. So while I'm at it, I wonder if I should cut some more paper. Why not? Let's cut some more paper. So we're going to decorate our hat. Now, I was debating, I think these papers, which we used for our little Easter box, would be super cute for an Easter bonnet. These are the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper from the mini catalog. But we're going to use a free paper. How about that? This is the Softly Stippled Designer Series paper. This paper is, hang on, let me grab another piece. We're going to need some more. Is this one big enough? I think it is, yeah. So this is the Softly Stippled Designer Series paper. Obviously, I pulled out the pool party patterns from that pack. This paper is part of Celebration. And so if you place a $50 order in the US, you can pick out a free item. And this is one of the free items that you can pick out. I know a lot of you have redeemed for this pretty paper. So I'm going to hopefully give you another idea for this paper. So we've got this. Let's go ahead and cut this as well. What did I say? Okay, yeah. All right. I'm playing it safe. I'm going to cut it the size that I did in practice. But I have another idea that I think would also work with this. But I'm reluctant to test it out on a video, so I'll go the safe route. I'm cutting this 5.25 by 5.25. This is going to be way more than I need. This is just going to be the layer piece on our hat. So I will be able to get 2 cards out of this. So let's go. It is a happy place, right, Cindy? This is totally my happy place. All right, where am I at, friends? We've got this, we've got that. Let's grab, we're just going to get all our cutting out of the way first. Are you like that? Do you cut as you go, or you just kind of cut everything in one go? All right, where is a piece of white? Seriously, where is a piece of white cardstock? Well, we'll just cut into a new one. Found it. Take a sip, everyone. We're going to be losing a lot of things tonight, so get ready. I hope you're thirsty. All right, so this piece is for the inside of the card, and it's going to be 2.5 inches. You cut as you go. Yeah. If you know ahead of time what all the pieces are going to be, sometimes it's nice to get all that done so you can just stick in and go. But if you're creating as you go, then I agree with you. I do it that same way. I cut as I go. All right, so this piece is for the inside of the card, and it's 2.5 inches by 5.25. All right, let's put that aside. We also need a piece for the crown of our hat. And that is going to be pool party. Let's see if this scrap over here might be big enough. This is a leftover from cutting that 5.5 by 5.5 piece. I need a piece that is 1.5 by 3. And this is a little bit of an experiment because the one I originally cut was too big, and so I cut it down. So we'll see. We'll see. This is going to be right on the money. So 1.5 by 3 for the crown of our hat. We're going to be die cutting out of this, but we're also going to cover it with some designer paper. and we're going to use this pretty floral pattern. So we want this to be exactly the same size, 1.5 by 3. I have many packs of this paper, and I'm running very low on these patterns because we are using these pretty patterns for our crafting and make and take. So I'm all in the pool party mood right now. I'm all in. All right, I think for now that's gonna do for us. So let's just get this extra stuff put away. All right, let's bring in the die cutting machine. And we're going to cut our card base here. I'm going to raise this up again. Ignore any messes that you see along the side because, hello, that's my world. All right, so we're going to grab these ginormous, this is an amazing set of dies. These are the Decal circle dies. These came out, I want to say they were in the September to December mini catalog. And they've carried over. Is that right, Jennifer? Or were they in the annual catalog? I can't remember. Anyway, we're going to use these for our card, and we're going to use the second down from largest. Okay, so there's the largest one. We're going to go down 1 for our card base, and this die you can see is almost exactly 5.5 by 5.5. Okay, why not put the big one? Because let me grab I'll grab an envelope here. Here in the US, our standard card size for the envelopes that Stampin' Up! Sells are 5.5 by whatever. Our cards are 5.5 by 4.25 when they're folded. So this particular second one will just perfectly fit in here. All right. So let's clear the deck and get this cut. All right. So I'm going to lay it on here, and then we'll do some other cutting as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, Sue, you need to put this. I've forgotten how to die cut, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right. Honestly, I'm not drinking wine. I don't even know. I don't even have my water. Where's my water at? Oh dear. All right, you're going to have to drink for me tonight. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this cut. Now, cardstock is a, obviously, it's paper. It's made from trees. It actually has a grain to it. So we're going to fold this on the grain, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But let's go ahead, while we have our die cutting machine out, let's cut some other pieces. All right, so this is going to form our card base. And now I'm going to take the next smallest, so this is third down from largest, Decal circle die, and I'm going to cut a piece for the layer of our hat here. So we're going to just put this one on here. This again piece was 5.25 by 5.25. You can see this fits almost exactly. So let's go ahead and crank that through. This is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Super handy tool for doing die cutting and embossing. Nice clean plate. It's not spotless, but it's okay. All right, so we've got our layer piece there. We're also going to use the same one. I'll flip my plate over here, and we're going to cut for the inside of our card. Now, this one I did a little differently, and I think if you were just making one card, you probably could do this the same way. And so this piece, as I said, is for the inside of the card. It's 2.5 by 5.25, and I'm going to cut it so it's almost right to the edge. And that's going to be for the inside layer. Because if you have a curved shaped card, you need a curved shaped inside to put your words on. Of course, if you're doing it in white, oh, look at that. I got right to the edge. Perfect. All right, so that'll be for the inside of the card. And then I've got these two pieces. These I'm going to cut. This is going to be the crown of her hat. So I am going to take my adhesive here. And sure you are, Sue. Okay, come on. There it is. It just can't get on my thumb. All right. Whew. All right, that was harder than, I made that way harder than it should have been. All right, so I'm going to adhere this piece of the softly stippled designer paper onto my pool party cardstock. Now, you might be wondering why pool party, you just covered it all up. It'll show from the back of the card. Doesn't, so you could do it in white, you could do it in a different color if you wanted to. Now I'm going to pull out different dies. I'm going to go with the Excellent Eggs dies, and I'm going to go with the very largest egg. Because this is an egg shape, when I turn it upside down, it's a little bit flattened on one end, right? And so that reminded me of a crown of a hat. So I'm going to lay it on here. And again, this is slightly different than I did when I was playing around with this to see if this would work. So fingers crossed. And I want to cut exactly to the edge here. And because it's so precise, I am going to take a Post-it note and just put a little insurance down. I'm just going to stick this down right here. Okay. And let's send that one through. Now, you can't have an Easter bonnet without some little decor on the Easter bonnet. So while we've got our die cutting machine out, we're going to do one more thing. All right, so here is this piece. I got it right to the edge, and that's going to be the crown of our hat. And then I want to decorate my hat with flowers, like when you see Easter bonnet, Easter hats on little girls. And this also reminds me of, okay, anyone remember the 70s? And weddings, there were often these floppy white straw hats that had flowers on them that the bridesmaids would wear and whatnot. This is kind of along those lines. This is a way bigger piece of white I need. I'm just grabbing a scrap because I want to decorate my hat with flowers. So I am going to use we're using the softly stippled designer paper. I'm going to use the Stippled Roses dies. The Stippled Roses bundle coordinates with the this paper, and so these particular flowers actually match really well with the flower in the paper. So you wouldn't have to do this. You could do whatever flower dies you have, or flower punches for that matter. And so I'm going to send this through. Again, a little scrap will do you on this. This piece is way bigger than I need. All right, so there we have our flowers. I'm going to put this back on. By the way, there is another die that is supposed to be in this set. It is currently MIA. I used it for Crafternoon, and it's around here somewhere because I just used it, but couldn't find it before the video. So just ouch. I'm just poking myself with the Take Your Pick tool. I just use the Take Your Pick tool to pop out my flowers. There's a little ejection hole on each one. If you are die cutting a whole bunch of, Melody, when you got married in 1974, your bridesmaids wore those hats. You know exactly what I'm talking about then, right? I just cut out over 300 of these for the Crafternoon packets that I just sent. If you're cutting a whole lot of flowers and they start to stick in your die, you can take a wadded up piece of wax paper and just rub the die every so often, and that will help those pop out and release. It's kind of like spraying the baking dish with ham before you cook. I was so worried that I would forget that I am looking for that die that I put a little piece in here. Reminding myself that it is currently missing. Okay, we've got all our pieces die cut for now, unless we decide to get a little crazy with our dimensions, with our decorations, which we might. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start by folding our card base. Okay, so we're gonna fold our card base. Again, this is it's from a tree. It is paper, and so it does have a grain to it. I watched a video from my downline, Rachel Tessman, making a rocker card from last December. After this video, I will put it in the comments because it's got some excellent tips for this card. I am doing mine differently than Rachel did, but she has some really good ideas there. So I'm going to refer you to her. She was talking about when you go to fold the card, you want to just, the cardstock will tell you which way is the grain, right? So when I fold it this way, you can see how it's wanting to fold. If I did it this way, it's fighting me. It's not making that taco shell. This way is with the grain then. So just go ahead and fold it in half, get your bone folder and give it a good crease there. The other idea I had was I thought you could possibly cut and score the cardstock and then die cut it after the fact, if you didn't want to do that. And then you can see, let's test it out. So it's rocking and rolling. All right, so we've got our card base, and now we're going to cut our layer to decorate our hat. Okay, so what Rachel did, and I thought it was a great idea, was she laid it on here, held it with her hands and flipped it over, and then just drew a pen mark and cut along that. So that is what I did for my sample. But I was also thinking you could do this similar technique to what I did for the inside of the card, and just measure it, cut it, and stick it on. Right. So I've got my line there. Let's bring the paper trimmer back in here, and we're going to just give this a slice. So I'm just lining up that pen mark in the track where the blade goes. All right. And now I've got enough to make a second hat. All right. Because it's basically an, oh, wait, you know what? I can see a little bit of that pen mark. Oh, all right. That's okay. I used an erasable pen, so I'll just erase it. Or you can trim off some more. Okay, maybe I should have used a pencil. All right, but I colored on the back, so I don't know how that happened. Maybe it's just my imagination. All right, so that is going to layer right here on our hat. So we're going to go ahead and stick that on. So this is the hat brim. All right. So I'm going to line up the cut edge of the DSP with the top fold in the card. All right. Now in Rachel's video, she wanted a layer, she wanted an even space around. So she actually cut an 1/8 inch off of that. Totally, you could do that too. For the hat idea, I thought it looked better if it was all one. And what I liked about this particular pattern of paper is it does almost look like fabric. And that kind of went along with the woven hat idea, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do our, come here, flower, off you go. We're going to go ahead and attach our crown of our hats. So I'm going to use tear and tape for that. I don't want this to fall off. Now, when Rachel did her card, she actually put a piece on the back and one on the front and stuck them together so that you can't open the card. She was concerned that eventually the card would get so spread out that it wouldn't stand and rock. I did not do that because Gwen's card has actually held up really well, and it hasn't been an issue. Rachel said other people have also done where they do a little piece of cardstock in here and basically keep the card so it can only be opened that far and put their sentiments on the back. So that is an option. I just wanted to let you know that. But since Gwen's card worked, I thought I'm going to skip that step. All right, so I'm just using my Take Your Pick tool, sure I am, to try and get the backing off of my tear and tape because my nails don't work good for those sorts of things. All right, there we go. So I've got the sticky there, and I'm going to go ahead and just pop that right on my hat. And I do want to have it down a little bit, not right on the edge, okay? Obviously, I don't want that sticky to show. Now, depending how high you're building this, you do want to keep in mind, for instance, on Gwen's card where she had this egg sticking up, you actually, when you put these elements on the card, you actually want to lay it right on the envelope so you make sure that you don't go too high. This one, because it's a little bit lower, it's just not really an issue. Okay, so we've got our hat on there, and now we're going to decorate our hat. Okay, so we've got our little flowers here, and we're going to stick those on. Now, when I did my, hang on here, let's see. These I might do a little bit differently. I stuck them on with dimensionals when I did my first one. Let's try it with glue dots. So first I'm going to take, so the Take Your Pick tool comes with this poker end and also a flat paddle, but it also has a stylus tool in it that is interchangeable. So you'll just get that with your Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just going to take this flower and I'm going to rub in the center. And as I rub in the center, the petals pop up. Do you see that? Okay, let's grab this one. We'll do the same thing. This flower die, this is again the Stippled Roses flower die, and it even cuts a little divot for the center. We're going to cover that up with a gem, but you get the idea. Okay, so got that cupped there. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick these on the brim over here, and I'm going to use glue dots for that. My other sample I'll show you, I actually use dimensionals. Oh, hang on. I got to switch tools. This is kind of like the Leatherman tool for crafters, right? This is the Take Your Pick tool. Super handy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick that on here. Got some of our friends from Australia tuning in. Hello, Perth. All right, I'm going to just pop that on right here. Okay, and then we'll add some more flowers. And to me, it looks more hat-like after you get the decorations on and kind of dress it up a bit. All right, one more glue dot here. Oh, sure. There it is. And our last little flower. Oh gosh, Sue, you're all over the place. Okay. So got our 3 little flowers right there. And then we're going to put a ribbon on the hat because Easter bonnets often have some sort of bow or ribbon. I'm actually going to do a cheater here and just tie a knot. This is a free celebration ribbon. So the paper I'm using is free with a $50 order. The ribbon is free with a $50 order, or if you place a $100 order, you can pick them both. This is the, what's it called? Crinkled, is that right? Crinkled ribbon in Pool Party. It only comes in that one color, which is perfect for our card, right? So I'm going to just trim that. Might have trimmed that too short. And that is going to go right there. And then we're going to add some embellishments right here on our little flowers. So this is where you guys come in. For our flower middles, let's stick our bow on here before I lose it. Ha! Me lose something? No, never happens. The paper is the Softly Stippled Designer Series paper, and it's a free celebration choice. Okay, there we go. Let's get a ribbon on there. All right, let's add some little something in the middle of those flowers. So would you guys prefer, what do you think will look nicest? Should we go with the iridescent pearls, or should we go with another free celebration choice, this one, which is the opaque faceted gems? Let me know in the comments which way we should kind of spruce up our flowers. They need a middle, big time. This one, we can't skip this. They need a middle. And then while you're voting, let's go ahead and pearls. I see pearls. Pearls. Okay, looks like the majority say pearls. A few people did vote for the gems. The other one I did has the gems on it, so I can show you what that will look like, and you can see them both then. So we'll put the pearls on this one. All right. So there we have our little Easter bonnet. See if my ribbon wants to play nice. No, it does not. Usually it just means I just need to give it a tug and pull it tighter. All right. So I've got my little Easter bonnet on here. We're going to put our inside sentiment here. So you can add a You can add a tag on the front. The stamp set, Excellent Eggs, has some great sentiments in it. It has Happy Easter, thinking of you. There's no bunny like you, and Hello Spring. And of course, this adorable bunny and a couple of cute eggs. So you can, if you want, do a little tag that says Happy Easter right on the front, kind of like Gwen did on her card. So you could add that to the front, and then you could do like thinking of you on the inside, or there's no bunny like you, and the bunny. I'm going to put Happy Easter on the inside of this one, I think. Is that okay? Is that a good idea? I've lost the pool party ink pad. Okay, nobody panic. It's got to be right here. Oh my gosh, Susan, seriously. Oh, found it. Take a sip, everyone. It was literally right in front of my face. Yeah, okay. Well, it had a glue dot roll sitting on it, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to put Happy Easter right here. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bunny on there because he's too cute not to. You can also put a bunny on the envelope, all the things. You could put a bunny on the Easter hat. Oh gosh, I got an edge. Susan, seriously. All right, I'm turning that over and let's try it again. This stamp needs to be cleaned because it picked up an edge. So let's grab my chamois here. I'm using my chamois. I usually use my my other thingy, the Stampin' Scrub, but I can't find it. That's so embarrassing to admit because like it's kind of big and I have like more than one. Let's just say I have more than one. Maybe I put it downstairs. I don't think I did. No, it's here somewhere. Dang. But that's okay. This will work. This will totally work. All right, that time I didn't get an edge. I got my little bunny there, a little Happy Easter and so forth. So Janine's coming in with the pearls. Yes, we are going pearls. All right, let's go ahead and stick this on. The nice thing about this, because I didn't put this, I didn't glue these together, you can open it up flat to put this on. If you do decide to do two pieces at the top glued together so that it can't get too wide, then you'd want to put that inside in. It'd be easier to, you know, well, you wouldn't put the inside in all. You would put it on the back, and that would be where your sentiment would go. Okay, so there we have our card, our Easter bonnet card. If I could sing, I'd sing a song, but that I cannot. My mom loves to sing that song, so this would be a great card for me to send. Sent to my mom, right? So let me show you the other one I did originally here. And this one, I did pop the flowers up on dimensionals, mini dimensionals, and I did add the celebration gems to this version. And then on this one, I put There's No Bunny Like You and the bunny. So I think on this one, I might try adding Happy Easter to the outside. I just don't want it to take away from the hat shape too much. And I do think, again, I think it would be super cute with these papers, like in these, again, this is the lighter than air papers, which are kind of springy, right? There's lots of fun spring patterns in there. So that would be another great choice. You could also play around with, in the Excellent Eggs, there is this, I don't know, like, what do you call that in sewing? Is it like bric-a-brac or something like that? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. You could use that to decorate the brim of the hat too, or the scallop. You would have some other options with some of these fun dies in here. So yeah, those polka dots I think would be cute. Was that Sharon that said that? Like this one, they're not really polka dots, they're actually little flowers, but that would be super cute as well. So chevron to rick-rack, is that what it's, chevron or rick-rack? Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm like, I don't remember, from 7th grade home ec class, what was that stuff called that we put on things? Can you tell I'm not much of a sewer? So there we have our cute little Easter bonnets. Yay! Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me while we made our Easter Bonnet Rocker cards here. Let me just let's make sure that they're rocking. Oh, yeah. So fun to do interactive cards, right? Yay! All right, so big shout out to Gwen Duckworth for the inspiration here with her rocker card using the excellent eggs. Even though she didn't intend it to be a hat, that was what sparked the idea for me. So so thanks to Gwen. And then again, I will put the link to Rachel's Tessman's video doing the rocker card so you can see her version and get some more ideas on this fun fold card. Let me flip the camera. I just want to remind you that Crafternoon is this coming Saturday. Where is the right button? Oh my gosh, Susan. Found it. Take another sip, everyone. One last one to round out the night. Crafternoon is this coming Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. I'll also be back with you in just a couple days here on Tuesday evening at 7:30 Central Time with another creative fold. And I look forward to sharing with you. Thank you so much for making and sending handmade cards. You are absolutely making the world a kinder place, and I appreciate all that you're doing so much. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this sparked a few creative ideas for you so that you can go out and make and send even more cards to spread even more kindness. Take care, everyone. Again, if you're not currently getting my emails, you can go to SueStampfield.com, click on subscribe to get those free project sheets. Have a great night. Bye-bye.